Please keep your eyes closed. Just see the truth of these statements. In the beginning, always there is silence. Just see that principle. Before we start to speak, we begin with silence. Your body, before it begins movement, walking, jogging, running, swimming, moving, you are seated restfully. Before you begin the dash, 100 meters or 1,000 meters, you are steady. Long before the trees sprout, the space is already existing. Same way in yourself. You begin with your self-awareness. Thoughts follow. Therefore, being with yourself is instantaneous. However powerful or loud the sounds can be, it takes an attempt to produce a sound. To speak, you must do something. It's an effort to speak. Silence, effortless. To build something, you must put forth effort. For the pages to remain blank, you don't have to do anything. To fill the pages, you must write. To fill the pot, it must be empty. Yet, emptiness is not your ideal. Full pot is required. Like silence is beautiful, but without sounds you cannot communicate. Space is all pervasive, but you can't live in a space. into a roof on the top of your head. Recognize the formless space, but live in a house. Recognize silence. Use the words. Recognize the happiness that you are. Live with the comforts of various kinds. Be the awareness. Use the thoughts to live through life. It's effortless. To be the self, the awareness. You don't need anything. You don't have to remember anything. Relative identities. You need something to relate in order to gain the relative identity. A secular identity. You need a secular role. A religious identity. You need a thought of something or other. But being yourself, the absolute identity, doesn't require any name or form, any thought of any kind. Because you are the absolute, therefore you relate. Not that because you relate, therefore you should be. Because you are. Because I am, therefore I relate. So long before you relate, you are already existing as your self-awareness. The I, your first name. Who you are is a nameless existence. Call it happiness, bliss, love, God, truth, whatever you like. A nameless being. You are always effortlessly in that. So the moment you sit down, consciously, as you observe, you begin with yourself. A beginningless beginning, ever existing. Like the sound begins and ends, silence always is. A thought begins, a thought ends. you are always there. The teaching begins, the teaching ends. You are always there. Beginningless, endless. Just see that, be that, please. When you started the class, there was a lot of noise, a heavy-duty machine at a distance. What is the sound now? Memory lingers, sound gone. Even that thought cannot last forever. Begins and ends. But your self-awareness always existing. Like sounds are different. Different sounds come at different times. Silence, one of a kind. Different memories, different thoughts. Consciousness, one of a kind. Always existing. Be that silence awareness. Sahana bhavatu. Sahano noktu. Sahaviryam karavavahi. Tejasvina vaditamastu. Ma vidyushavai. Om Shanti. 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 Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunamitarthaye Tattva Bodho Vidiyate. Page number 4, last letter. Please read. Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka Ka Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam ayameva nitya nitya vastu vivekaha viragaka iha sargabhogeshu ichharahityam. Right, friends, I hope you have been thinking over these ideas. Your notes are good, so I'm very happy. Very nice, you are following, it's very good. Just only thing is, as I only told yesterday, so you might have already written your notes, so change that you to I. All notes are very nice, by habit, if you understand, you will be free. If I would read that now, waste, isn't it? Yes, no, if I understand, I am free. Use that language, you will see the beauty in your contemplation. You must do that. Okay, now, as we are seeing, praptasya prapti. To gain something which is already gained. This is a total new dimension to life. As babies, as children, youngsters, when we are growing up in life, there are 1,000 destinations in front of us. And every destination is apraptasya prapti, to gain something which is yet to be gained. And such destinations, being what they are, being not reached at one time, you shall lose it after you gain it also. If it was not there, it will not be there. When you move into life, we must move with this awareness. Our trouble is, nobody tells us the ephemeral, changing nature of the universe. You think once you get something, it shall be permanently with you. That is why you are thoroughly disappointed, dejected. If I get the money, it will be always with me. When I am young, I will be ever young. If I am living, I will never die. When I am having a job, there will be no change. I get into a relationship, it shall be everlasting. If I start a business, it will be only prosper. That's a very, very delusional language. Whereas in the Vedic tradition, this very clearly they say, there are two types of destinations. One is to gain something which is already gained, which is a rare secret, almost secret, where not many people know about it. Another one is gain something which is yet to be gained, apraptasya prapti. So, thousands of pursuits in life are geared towards that. And such things, when you gain in time, it will be lost in time. Recognize your experience. Same thing, therefore, if you say happiness is not yet gained, think. Suppose you are looking for a happiness which is not yet gained, and because you are gaining it in time, it will be lost in time. Such things are only known as comfort. But suppose you want a happiness, which shall never be lost in time, it should not be gained in time, it should be already existing. If it is already existing, I cannot do something to produce it. And that is what when you start analyzing, who am I, or what is that I want in life? Everybody wants happiness in life. And what is the destination? Where is that happiness available? Not outside or inside, but it is myself. Remember that language forever. Happiness is not outside or inside. By changing the place from outside to inside, your seeking doesn't stop. You only become introverted. So it's neither outside or inside, but it is myself. So I am looking for happiness, and happiness is myself, therefore I am looking at myself. So everybody is looking for himself. What a beauty it is. Everybody is looking for himself. You are not looking for God. You are not looking for truth. You are not looking for happiness, unhappiness. Once you understand that language, my God, I am looking for myself. So that is the cruelest joke perpetrated on man. Because you are everything that you are looking for. I am looking for myself. So who is this I? If I am the happiness, is it really true? Yes, object of love is source of happiness. Unconsciously, everybody loves himself. Unconsciously. Even though you say, I love you, I love him, I love her, or love a thing, but unconsciously, you are always loving yourself. Because when you say, I love you, it is because you gave me happiness. I love something because that something gives me security. The moment that something becomes my insecurity, I drop it. When somebody becomes my pain, my insecurity, I drop it. Not only you drop it, but also you get dropped in life. Both way. You ditch, you are ditched. You drop, you are dropped. Are you getting that point, please? Don't make a saint out of you. Okay? That everybody only, everybody hates me. Oh, you are such an angel. Huh? You understand? Please. You get dropped, you drop. Because you are looking for security. That is the human world. Unconsciously, everybody loving himself. But you pretend to love others. That pretensiousness destroys you. Understand? That pretensiousness systematically destroys you. Be honest. That is where when you look at yourself, in fact, I love myself. If I love myself ultimately, object of love being source of happiness, I must be source of happiness. Hey, if I am happiness, how do I get myself? That is where come praptasya prapti, to gain something which is already gained. How to gain something which is already gained? Because it's such a contradiction in terms, not many people can accept it. It's such a contradiction in term. Because even if you say that, other people will laugh at you. If you say, Swamiji, I have the mala in my neck and I am looking for it. Now suppose you say that, what will other people say? Are you nuts? I am happiness, but I am looking for my happiness. You can't say that. Are you getting that? But that is what the fact is. And nobody knows it. That is why when you first time you listen to it, you can't even believe it. Really? But that is what it is. Believe it or not. Think. It's the most unbelievable thing that you are the happiness itself. So how do I get it? Ignorance creates the distance. I must get the knowledge. All of you have written very nicely about that. I'm so happy you got it. So nice. Ignorance creates the distance. How the ignorance goes? By means of knowledge. Available 5 means of knowledge, from your ears to skin, to eyes, to tongue, to nose, gone. They won't give me the knowledge. 6th means of knowledge brought in. Sabda, words. Like you are standing on the ashram, looking for ashram. All the 5 sense organs are already used, but still you don't know that is the one you are looking for. The place cannot introduce itself. Somebody who knows the place says, you are here. He doesn't say, you shall be here. Exactly same way. You are the happiness. Happiness cannot introduce itself. All the time you are experiencing through your sense organ outside. And who you are, listen carefully, who you are is not a sound to be heard. A sound is a sense object. And listening to a sound is a sensation. Who you are is not a touch touch is a sense object. What you are touching is touch itself is a sensation. You are not that. What you see is a sense object world, perceived creation. Seeing is a sensation, which you are not. Neither you are a perceived creation, nor you are a sensation. You are not a taste, nor you are a sensation. You are not a smell, nor you are a sensation. So 5 sense organs are redundant. When you say 5 sense organs are redundant, listen carefully. It makes it so easy or difficult? Easy. Why? Even sense organs are not needed to see yourself, to be yourself, to know yourself. When you say you are on the ashram, you cannot reach it. Why? You are already reached it. The simplicity of this wisdom. Are you getting that point? You are already reached it. You can never know yourself. Why? Because you are it. Just think of it, please. You must see clearly. You must see clearly. Recognize, recognize. So 5 sense organs cannot see. Makes it easy. Tell me, which language is easy to learn? The spoken, written language or the language of silence? Huh? Language of silence has no script, no sound, no words. Easy to learn. Is it necessary to learn? You are already that. English difficult. Tamil very, very difficult. Chinese, ooh, let's not talk about it. The language of silence has no script. Easy to learn. Anything that is to be perceived, you understand how difficult it will be? Suppose I say there is a, what is that big fall in South America? Iguazu? Some fall, right? Iguazu, some fall. Okay, Iguazu, Iguazu, whatever. That fall is the biggest fall in the earth. We don't even don't know the name. Okay, even if you know suppose the name, that is the one, I told you about it. How easy to see it? Many will die without seeing it. Why? Far away. Antarctica. Most people will die without seeing it. Suppose truth is something far away, very romantic to talk about it, but it will be a nonsensical ideal, because nobody can ever see it, far away. The best things are easiest. Understand? The most essential things of life comes free. Sunlight, free. Air, free. Water, free. Standing on the earth, free. Everything free. What is not free is luxury products. You want a car, you have to purchase. That doesn't come in the tree. You know, you can't plug it. You have to produce, so pay for it. Ice cream doesn't come in the tree. Pay for it. Just think of it. Easiest, because it's not a perception. As in language of silence is absolute, easy. Language of self is absolutely easy. No word is necessary, no thought is necessary. So 5 sense organs are gone. Then what produces, how shall I get it? The means of knowledge is words. The knowledge will take place when the object is there, object of knowledge, means of knowledge, and the knower. Object of knowledge, that myself, the subject, always existing. The sabda is the means of knowledge, words is the means of knowledge, so teacher is the means of knowledge. Knower must be ready. If knower is ready, teacher is right, truth being always existing, can you escape the knowledge? You cannot. By chance there is a difficulty. The difficulty only at two levels. Either the teacher is goofy or the student is not ready. Truth is always there. If the student is not ready, that is a adhikari. He can be made an adhikari. He can be made, he can be prepared. But if the teacher is goofy, you are finished forever. Remember this for your life. If the student is not ready, he can be prepared. And if the student is not ready, acceptable. Because you are ignorant. And in ignorance, everything shall be acceptable. Everything is acceptable. Even if you are stupid, useless, criminal, rascal, rogue, useless, still makes no difference. Why? Because you don't know what you are doing. You are an ignorant person. Ignorant person, behavior is totally funny. Because they think it is right. They don't know. It's like child. Body is hot, he is having fever, so jump into the water. Why? It is cool. So child, when he is having fever, he gets into water. Then the mommy says, don't do that. But the child doesn't know it. All the time. One day, a fellow was working in a shop. And the managing director, the manager of the shop comes and tells the shopkeeper, that boy, young boy, who is appointed that day, remember son, customer is always right. Then the manager goes to his bunker, his cubicle, and he looks at it. One person comes, immediately goes. The second person comes, immediately goes. The third person comes, again immediately goes. He can't believe. He comes back to the person, he says, what is happening? Why are they going away? He said, you told me that customer is always right. Yes, but then why should they go? See, they come and tell me that in your shop the prices are really high. And I say, yes, you are right. Can you believe? But that's what exactly ignorance is all about. That is why when children, you tell the children not to tell a lie. Then you tell the children, when the telephone call comes, tell, Papa is not at home. I say, Father is telling, Father is not at home. So what do? You only told me to tell. You understand? You may say, silly, stupid. No, he is not. He is ignorant. So ignorant means any type of weakness you can accept. That is why comes your compassion. It's not a great compassion. Don't worry about that. You are the only compassionate fellow. Every person will be compassionate. Wisdom means if you are understanding things, your tolerance level is woe. Your threshold is infinity. That is why if it can be lost, it is not patience. Understand? You accept anybody. Why? A fellow doesn't know what to do. So you accept. There is no such silly, holier than you attitude. There is nobody like me. I'm the Mr. Holiness. Hey, it stinks. Don't do that. There is nothing to be proud of. Especially in this knowledge, understand friends, is so beautiful. There is absolutely nothing to be proud of. Do you know why? Who I am is who you are. What am I to be proud of? Oh, I know it. But there was a time I did not know. So where I was, there you are. And where I am, there you will be. So what's the big deal? When I was a child, 4th, 5th class I was studying, my elder brother, my village cousin brother, he was studying in 8th standard. So one day he gives me a leaf and he says, I have done a mantra and I have put a magic spell, these leaves will develop root. I said, nonsense. How can a leaf develop a root? I said, that's not right. A leaf will not develop a root. He said, no, I have done it. He did like that 2-3 times and gave it to me. I put it very sincerely, I put it in a book. True, after 7 days the leaves started, the roots started coming. That cactus leaf, there is a particular cactus, type of cactus leaf, that root comes from the thing. I was so taken up. I said, how did you do it? Please tell me. I also want to know that. He said, no. Children can't learn. Children can't learn. I said, oh boy. I said, come on, tell me now. I will tell you how to do it. Right. When I went to 7th standard, in that science book, that leaf is given. When I read it, now I know the stupid magic you are showing off. Are you getting that? Same thing, when you know the truth, you will know what a big deal the other fellow was making. The trouble is the person who makes a big deal, he never knows the truth, he is in ignorance, he keeps people under ignorance. Therefore, the other people will be always wondering at his stupid wisdom. In wisdom, there is nothing extraordinary. Understand? In knowledge, there is nothing extraordinary. In ignorance, there is something extraordinary. In space, there is nothing extraordinary. In buildings, there are extraordinary buildings. There is nothing extraordinary about silence. But sounds are extraordinary. Nobody can create the last beautiful sound because you can go on creating. Silence is absolutely ordinary. Space is absolutely ordinary. And space is something in which the kings live, commoners also live. Not that in palace, palatial space. In palace, a palatial space. In hotman is a hotman space. It's like that. The same space. In happiness also there is no difference. Listen carefully. In happiness there is no difference. Can you say the fruit happiness is better than the fruit, the movie happiness? Movie happiness is better than the, sound happiness or touch happiness? There is no such stuff, as I told you. Different types of sounds, one type of silence. Different types of sensation. Happiness is one and the same. Sensations are varied. Are you getting that point, please? Sensations are varied. So what you go crazy for is sensation of various kinds. Happiness is one of a kind. In every sensation, same happiness comes. That is why there is a statement in a particular book, Panchadasi. It's a very, very, very famous book, where he says, Vishayanande Brahmananda. In Vishaya Ananda, in the sensation of the sense pleasure, Brahmananda, absolute Brahman. That is the bliss that you are. There is no other bliss you enjoy. It's the same bliss. Happiness, that is yourself. So the person must be ready. How to make it ready? If the difficulty comes, difficulty is either the teacher or the student. So now the student, suppose he says, are you ready for this knowledge? How do I know I am ready? Do you have this? When the first time you listen to it, you grasp it. That means you are ready. Because you cannot grasp it, don't despair. Prepare your mind. What is the preparation? 4 types. You should have viveka. What is the second one? Vairagya, samadhi, satka sampatti, mumukshutvam. 4-fold qualification. You should have viveka, discrimination, dispassion, samadhi, satka sampatti, which is also 6-fold modifications of mind. The last one is mumukshutvam. What is this viveka? Nitya anitya vastu viveka. That what is eternal, what is ephemeral. Yesterday I explained to you, but forgot, left one word. Nityam vastu ekam brahma. That word Brahman, for the time being, please hold it. Don't worry about it. When the occasion comes, I'll explain that word Brahman. Because once you understand certain thing, that word will be, it really will be fantastic. I'll explain it. Introduce you to that word at the right time. But one thing you understand, he said, Nityam vastu ekam brahma. There is only one thing which is eternal. When one thing ever existing, yourself the happiness. Call it Brahman if you like for the time being. Tad vyatiriktam sarvam anityam. Other than that, everything is ephemeral. Everything is temporary. Everything is evanescent. When they say that between the two you must know what is eternal, what is ephemeral. At this moment, I do not know what is eternal, but I am 100% sure what is ephemeral. And that conviction you should have inside. Are you getting that? It's not that you are hating everything that is changing, dying, transitory, ephemeral. No. That is the nature of it. I don't mind watching a movie, but movie will not give me happiness. I don't mind eating a particular food for the sake of the taste, but the taste will not make me happy. Therefore, you don't go crazy. Are you getting that point? You don't go crazy about a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell or a sight. Now, what you do is at this moment, look at yourself. Come on. At this moment means now you look at yourself. You are in this moment, not now, here, in your life now. Observe yourself. Is there anything which is driving me crazy? Because whatever drives you crazy will take you away from yourself. Are you getting that point, please? Whatever drives you crazy, because that thought will be going on coming. As I told you, happiness is being yourself. Unhappiness means you have lost touch with yourself. How do you lose touch with yourself? Because you lose yourself in the thought process. Are you getting that? You lose yourself in the thought. You don't lose yourself in the object of thought. Because object of thought is far away. Are you getting that? You must see. Object of thought, the whole vast creation of object is so innocent. The object of your so-called love is outside, but the love is inside. Infatuation is inside. Are you getting that point? Your object of hatred is outside, but your hatred is inside. The object of your fear is outside. Oh, huge water and swirling water, like a whirlpool. Suppose I get sucked into it, looking at it you are frightened. But fear is in the water or in your brain, in your head? Are you getting that? So fear is inside. So what takes you away from yourself? Understand? What takes you away from yourself? Your thoughts. Just think. The thoughts take you away from yourself. As though. That is why you lose sight of yourself. So ask yourself, what is that something which is bothering you? When you say, what is that something bothering you? It will be one thought or the other. She told me like this. He did that to me. I don't have the food. I don't have a shoe. I can't go around. Something or other. And why do you feel unhappy about it? Because without it, I am unhappy. That means your happiness depends on that. Are you getting that? If your happiness depends on that, if your happiness depends upon that object becomes your object of fear. On anything you depend, are you getting that point, please? Whatever things you depend upon, that certain something will make you frightened. Just think. I'm afraid of losing something. Why? Because that gives me security. Why are you afraid of ending up a relationship? Because a relationship is your security. But suppose you are feeling insecure in a relationship, do you mind ending it? Happily ending. You understand? If money is your security, you are afraid of losing it. Gold is your security, you are afraid of losing it. Job is your security, you are afraid of losing it. Not that, therefore, say, listen carefully. Therefore, don't idealistic. What is that? I'm happy with myself, I'm secure with myself. I don't mind losing my job. You must be nuts. Understand. If you lose your job, you shall have physical insecurity. So that's a dreamer. This is not a theoretical extension. You may be absolutely secure with yourself. For your physical security, you need certain things. Are you getting that point, please? You must. Or else, you shall be sitting under a tree and think everything is fine. No. Of course, everything is fine. For your happiness, everything is fine. But not for your sustenance. When it is cold, you need a blanket. But that is the time people try to associate miracles with this so-called knowledge. Oh, he is such a wise man, he does not need blanket in the winter time. He doesn't need blanket in the winter time. If he doesn't need another blanket another time, in the winter time, maybe something wrong with his body. Or he is in a place which is already warm, he doesn't need to cover up. Wisdom does not give you heat, okay? Understand? Wisdom doesn't provide you heat from inside. It's not a air conditioning system. It gives you cool also. In the summer you feel cool. Why? Because you are a wise man. In the winter you feel hot because you are a wise man. The wisdom is a double purpose air conditioning or what? Multi-purpose. Nonsense. But this is where the ridiculous miracles come. Think. You be happy with yourself. So please appreciate. Look at yourself. Discrimination. I know for sure. Nityam vastu ekam brahma. Tad vatiriktam sarvam anityam. Other than the Brahma, other than the happiness, that is myself, everything is anityam, ephemeral. It will not last forever. Therefore, I don't depend upon it. If you can get rid of your dependence, you are a free man. Don't get rid of the object. Again and again I say that, please. You're not getting rid of the object. What binds you is not the object. What binds you is dependence. Are you getting that point? What binds you is dependence. You say drugs are bad. Think. You say drugs are bad. Who said that? Taken in right dosage, every so-called drugs also can be medicine. Recently I have discovered arsenic is like a poison. Given on right doses, cures blood cancer. Now it is a poison or nectar? Snake poison kills you. Given in right dosage, counteract the snake poison itself. Nothing is like that, please. So everything has its place. So look at your mind. Is there anything which is bugging me now? No. If your mind is like that, already you are enjoying a state, a disposition which facilitates being with yourself. Teacher has to say, Tattvamasi, you are that happiness. Of course, you walk out. Viveka. I have Viveka, but even when I am strong discrimination, but Swamiji, by habit, I still go. So develop dispassion. That is where comes, develop dispassion. What is dispassion? Iha swarga bhoge. I explain you dispassion, but little more. Iha swarga bhogeshu ichha rahityam. What is dispassion? No more you are wishing for bhoga, pleasures, either in the here or in the hereafter. What does it mean is, my dispassion prepares me to discover happiness here and now, not in the world or in the heavens, neither here in the world outside or in the heaven after death. I want happiness here and now. I am tired of these postponements. You understand the sharpness of this mind. That is why the people who engage in this knowledge, even if they don't get it, they become sharp to a great extent, just by listening to it. And if you get it, of course, you are like a think of it. Very sharp. Because the person says, I am not interested in happiness either in this world or in the hereafter. The secular person wants to get happiness in this world. The so-called secular people. There is no heavens, there is no truth. This is the world. Existentialist. Become total perverts. This is hedonists, they call them hedonists. I must be happy here. Yavat jivet, sukham jivet. Live, as long as you live happily. How? Runam krutva ghrutam pivet. Borrow money, drink ghee. They didn't know that ghee is cholesterol. Runam krutva ghrutam pivet. Why? Bhasmi bhutasya dehasya punaragamanam kutaha. Have you seen anybody coming from cremation ground? No. Therefore, as long as you are alive, enjoy yourself. How? Even if you don't have it, beg, borrow, steal, but have a good time. From whom you should beg, from whom you should steal, you don't know. Suppose mutually everybody has to steal. Now steal from whom? That they won't tell. Are you getting that? Think of it. Hedonists. And that is what the today's world, existentialist. People who don't believe in communists, everything. Money. All these, like secularists. Other fellow religious, they are total desperados. No question of happiness here, only after death. Permanent, no hope here. Postponement after death. Both are useless. Do you know why? Please see. Happiness means, if you want to be happy, there is no other way out except to be happy here and now. Really? Yes. Because, please friends, listen to it, grasp it, see it clearly. In the scheme of time and space, in the timeless existence, spaceless existence, in the scheme of time and space, there is no other time or space, there is no other reality other than here and now. You cannot postpone your happiness for later date ever in your life. See how it is. I'll give an example. Suppose now in Tiruvannamalai, in this place, you are miserable. Okay? Think. Now here you are 10-year-old, you are 20-year-old, and in Tiruvannamalai you are living. You think of your place. You are 20-year-old living in Paris, London, Bombay, Calcutta, wherever it is, Australia, wherever you are, doesn't matter. You are 25-year-old living in a place and you are miserable. Somebody tells you, you are miserable now. 2008, Tiruvannamalai, you are miserable. Just wait. 2020, in Himalayan cave, you shall be happy. You feel comfortable. Why? Because now you have successfully postponed your happiness for some time. Thereby it does not mean you are going to happily live through it. You shall be unhappy, but you have a dream that 12 years after, 2020, in Himalayan cave, I will be happy. So let me just wait through it. Anyway, that time I will be happy, as he has told me. Think, friends, please think. Your dream is there in Himalayas, in 2020, I shall be happy. Now you are here in Tiruvannamalai. So now and here in Tiruvannamalai, you are unhappy. You have a dream, then in 2020, there in Himalayas, I will be happy. Use your brain. When do you reach a place? When there becomes here, you reach the place. Without making there here, can you reach? You cannot reach there without making it here. So when you reach there in the Himalayas, it becomes here. Can you reach then without making it now? Can you reach then without making it now? Reaching means making the then now. Making there here. So now and here, if you are miserable, can you be happy then and there? You cannot be. Why? Because by the time you reach then and there, it becomes now and here. So if you are now and here you are miserable, you shall be permanently miserable. That is why, if the secularist postpones it for a later date, when you grow up, when you make money, when you get married, when you get divorced, When you get, renunciation, all that nonsense. Or somebody says, the helpless declaration of the religions, that after death, the religious fellows are smarter because you are not there to challenge them. Because suppose after death there is nothing, whom are you going to challenge? Because he won't go to, because fellow who is lying you so much, he won't be in heaven, he will be in hell. So he is not there to be challenged. Just think. No, please. In life, the truth is now and here. There is nothing else then and there. Whenever you will be happy in life, whenever you discover, it will be now and here. Like Hitler. Hitler was giving a tough time to, that Jewish concentration camp. 6 million Jews were wiped out. So among the Jews, there was a joke those days. Oh, they are wishing, this fellow should die on a Jewish holiday. So one fellow, Jewish fellows, they sitting down talking. You can only vicarious satisfaction you can take, by killing people, by speaking, what else can you do? Because he is in his bunkers, nobody can touch him. So they are all dreaming, this Hitler fellow will die on a Jewish holiday. But those of them who are practical Jews, they'll say, how are you so sure that this fellow will die on a Jewish holiday? He said, are you stupid? Whenever he dies, that will be a Jewish holiday. So whenever you understand, it will be now and here only, not then and there. Understand? So there is no question. That is why you are absolutely sure. Vairagya, dispassion. I am interested now and here. Rest of the thing, I am not interested in. Tomorrow you come, you go, I am not coming. Vairagya. I shall touch you. I will introduce you to this sensation. I will give you this mantra. You keep it with yourself. But please understand, for the student to be so discriminate and dispassionate, teacher must help. And if the teacher himself is goofing, which student will be dispassionate and discriminate? Tell me. Can the student ask a question by himself? Are you getting that point? You see what a snare it is, like a trap it is. That is why if the religion begins with an assumption that you shall not question, where is your hope? Where is your hope? The first criteria, the first need for you is, you shall believe and you shall not question. You shall accept. Now what type of thinking is that? Can you argue with those people? That is why in so-called religious conferences, it becomes nonsense. But each one, blows his own trumpet and goes out. It means nothing. Come for a challenge, discuss. No, it's not available for discussion. Either yes or no. Okay, bye-bye. What is there to talk? The person has already decided what is right. How are you going to talk with him? And first thing he tells you shall not question. Very good. So to be discriminate, to be dispassionate, the student should be given the freedom to question. He should be encouraged to question, even if the fellow is so suppliant, so much available, so much of kind and humble, and whatever you say, I'll believe. No, get the hell out. Think. You must think. Why? Because thinking is your trouble, friends. World is not your problem. What is your problem in the world? The object or the thought? Thinking is the problem. So fix the thinking. Understand? That is why there is a difference between giving some people thought and teaching them thinking. Giving thoughts does not mean teaching thinking. How do you say that? Giving a car, does it mean teaching driving? You can give somebody a car, but driving he must learn. You must know how to use the car. Giving a thought is not thinking, because you must know how to use the thought. What exactly philosophy, in the name of philosophy, what do? They give us thoughts. You should not do this. You should do this. If you fulfill these conditions, you shall be happy. You fulfill every condition and you continue to be miserable. Very sincere people shall follow and fulfill every condition, but still they shall be miserable, and still they cannot do it. That time what the teacher will say? Wait, be patient. You know, that man took 20 years, this man took 30 years, that fellow took 50 years, somebody waited for 3 lives. Now you can say, oh, maybe true, what shall I do? Okay, I'm an obedient disciple. You know, in Upanishad, there is an Upanishad known as Prashna Upanishad. The Upanishad name is Prashna Upanishad. Prashna means question. Upanishads full of questions. 6 students have gone to the teacher and blasted the teacher with 6 questions. Every fellow has asked this most inconvenient question to the teacher. Whatever they feel like. Because if you want to know it, there is no compromise. So dispassionate, please see that. I want to get it now and here. No question of, I'm waiting for heavens or waiting sometimes later on. Life is passing. I want to know it now, before I die. More people are interested. No, people ask me questions. Swamiji, what happens after death? I said, do you know what happens before death? Why are you interested in what after death? Even if I say that, how are you going to verify it? Why are you wasting your time? Suppose I say something, can you verify? Or like a baby, you want to, baby with a thumb in the hand, in the mouth. There was a big Rakshas. He was like, he had a wingspan of 20, 30 yards, and he could go into the water. You can go and say, yes, baby, right? So you want to sit down and listen to some baby stuff like that? You shall be happy thereafter, later on, sometimes. Do all these things all the time? No, I want now. That is why you get the teacher you deserve. If you want little tricks, comforts and sensations, there are people to sell it to you also. Whatever you want. If your mind is high, meaning if your discrimination is high, your dispassion is perfect, you know it has not done it, now the fellow is pushing you into that, forget it. That is where you go into bizarre. Because normal things you know, it will not give you. But he says, if you sit down 4 fires on the top, another fire from the bottom, another fire from the all sides, then you shall be roasted into enlightenment. Maybe. So some people walk on fire. Some people bury themselves underwater, bury themselves inside this, or don't eat this. 1 month you should not eat this. Bury. Don't talk for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, look at the wall only. If you get a headache also, don't worry. That is normal process of enlightenment beginning. That is the, growing pangs of enlightenment. No, friends, I'm not joking, please. There is no postponement. It depends on you. If you are sharp, nobody shall take you for a ride. But the trouble is, I am that sharp, as sharp they make me. As a child, what choices you have? That is why mind must be ready. And what is that mind? Come. Okay? For you to question 6 things. Now go into 6-fold qualification. Read page 5. Samadhi, Satka Sampatti, Ka, Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam Chaiti, Shamakah, Mano Nigraha. So now he says, so if Viveka you have got discrimination, already your mind is enjoying the disposition. Dispassion, again it is enjoying the disposition. Suppose your mind says, no postponement. What disposition is there? What thought can disturb you? Already you are there. Very difficult. Long before I get into the discrimination, dispassion, the thoughts themselves are boggy. I don't know what to do. All right. Begin with Shama. Shama means what? So six-fold modification. Samadhi, Satkas. You should have these six-fold accomplishments. What are they? Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Six things will go one after another. One is Shama. Shama means Mano Nigraha. Disciplining the mind, understanding the mind. Don't say controlling the mind. If you want that language, you can say. Most people are control freaks. So that language is very good. I am controlling my mind. Now think. Now, just please think of it. Will you please think? When you are controlling, when you are driving a car, is it necessary to keep the car under control? Unless the car has a will of its own to take away wherever it wants. Does the car take you to wherever it wants? So whom should you control? Yourself or the car? Huh? Are you getting that point, please? But what is our language always? Controlling the car. Controlling the car. The car is a machine. That is why when you are speeding, you get the ticket. Car doesn't get ticket. In the car they may leave it, but you pay for it. If you are a drunken driver, does the car gets ticket? Going here and there on the road, swinging. No, you must see that language, because vague language must control my body. Hey, you have to control your body. If your body drives you crazy, body drives you crazy or you drive the body crazy? Come on, come on. Think for yourself. Who drives whom crazy? You drive the body crazy or body drives you crazy? Listen, does the body ever push you? Did the body ever told you, why are you keeping me here? Get up and go. Does your body tell that? Did your body ever whisper? No, you must see. Did your body ever whisper to you, oh, see, same place, sitting down there, always. Get up and go. Please sit down in one place and see who is pushing whom. Your mind, your thought, you shall think. For the timing, take that language. That also will change after some time. It's so fantastic. When you know how to handle it, boy, you enjoy it. It's such lovely machines. The machines have not their mind of their own. Lucky. Suppose a machine has a mind of its own, what will you do? That is why human machines are very difficult to handle. Why everybody is so much geared towards discovering robot? Robot, put the guy, it will work forever. Human beings, you cannot convert them to robot. Because the fellow has a will of his own. So he will go crazy after a day or two. Such a human relationship is very crazy, no? Like I was telling you, 4 factors for making you happy. You can go on thinking. If you go on thinking, you can discover many dimensions for yourself. 4 factors. What are they? Object of enjoyment must be there. Instrument of enjoyment must be ready. Enjoyer must be in a big mood. And the situation should be okay. You know that. I hope you have thought over it. The object of enjoyment are 2 types. Inanimate, animate. Living things, non-living things. Non-living things is not your problem. Suppose you want to eat chocolate. What should you do? Hey, can you get me some chocolate? You are coming home? Yeah, get me some chocolate. Or, don't tell anybody. You drive away. You walk down to the nearest shop, bring a chocolate and come. You want to watch a movie? Your TV will not complain. Come on. Morning just now, 3 hours you have watched. Again you are watching. The TV will not complain. Suppose you don't like the small one, you like a big plasma or LCD. Throw this ordinary one. Bring the big one. Set it down there. Don't even look at this fellow. And just look at this people. Neither that fellow will complain. Why are you doing this? 10 years you watched me. Now you are throwing me out because you got LCD. No, it will not complain. You put it. No problem. Suppose your object of enjoyment is another living person. Think. Just think. Your object of enjoyment is another living person. A man or woman. Try. All your trouble comes only from that. Inanimate objects have no conflict. You can have it, need not have it, dump it, exchange it, do anything you like. Like that madman joke. In Mad magazine, you have seen the Mad magazine? In America there was a Mad magazine. I love that Mad magazine. I don't know, nowadays I don't get it. I don't know whether it's still there or not. But those days I was reading, very funny. The joke was, there was one, cartoons, very nice cartoons. You laugh, laugh, laugh. This is one cartoon, one fellow is inside his house, his friend goes and knocks the door, knock, knock. When he opens the door, oh my God, the fellow is hit by a wave, not a wave, one has gigantic waves of sound, lot of noise coming from the home. The sound system, the hi-fi, the speakers, your machines of every kind, any gadget, washing machine, any gadget, pressure cooker, any gadget that can produce sound was on. So this fellow get hit by the waves of sound. She asks, what is going on? Why so noisy? And this fellow says, I'm feeling so lonely. So when this noise goes on, I feel something is going on here, See, if you are feeling so lonely, what is the idea of all this fancy noise? Why don't you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Bring in and stay there. He said, you are a baby, you don't understand. Suppose I'm tired of these noises. Switch. If it's another man and woman, can you switch off? Other than headache. That is why your entire gadgets, all your home is not your problem. The living partner. The living thing inside is a great headache. Oh, so that living thing with you is headache. What about you are the headache for the other person? No, I'm not the headache. Only she or he is the headache. You are a rogue. Suppose that object of enjoyment is another person, what will do? That person can goof off everything. The person can goof off your mood, can goof off your body, can goof off the situation. Are you getting that? Inanimate object will not goof off your other three things. When you have got a chocolate with you, the chocolate will not spoil your mood. The chocolate will not spoil your body. The chocolate is not going to spoil the situation. But if it is another human being you are depending upon, that other person can successfully sabotage all the three. Tell you such nonsense, your mood is gone. Tell you such rubbish, your body is useless. He himself can create a situation where you cannot do anything. That is why human relationships are so beautiful. That is why nowadays, in our modern world, they don't understand these things. What happens? You don't want to relate to any human being anymore. Pet industry is a $1 billion industry. Why? Better to live with a dog than to live with human beings. I'm not telling you joke. Yesterday, an Indian person, Maneka Gandhi, this was the Gandhi's, Indira Gandhi's daughter, she's too much into the animal thing now. So she has said, the dogs are better than the lovers. The people who love come nowhere near the dogs. What she says, everybody knows. Why? Because the dogs, your animals, will be absolutely unconditional. Every time you go there, full attention. And no attention to anybody else. Your pet. They will not give any attention to anybody. You can call a human being your pet, but you don't know what is going on. That is why the person can be destroyed. Please see, friends. Long before we go into discrimination, dispassion level, already we are destroyed by this. What to do? So don't say controlling the mind. You shall see what? Understand the mind. Why the mind functions the way it functions. Okay? Once you know the mechanism of it, you will know how to handle it. Very easy. Please see how it is. Your mind, now that we are in a generation where we are so familiar with automobiles, automobile example will be beautiful. Just like you are driving a car. Please take that example and think over it. Just like we are driving a car. The car has all the things, 4 wheels, windshield, rear view mirror, everything the car has. But one thing the car cannot do is go by itself. The car cannot go by itself. Even if you say, Swamiji, you don't know the latest development. There are driverless cars. You can say, there is a driverless car. You forget, remote control is in your hand. The driverless car cannot move just by itself. The car is driverless, but remote control is 100 kilometers away. So you are there. By itself, nothing can move. Please understand. So, the car by itself never moves. The driver must go in. And when the driver goes into the car, please, when the driver goes into the car, he controls the car, if you use that word, he controls the car by looking at the panel inside. The inner panel gives him the speed, temperature, petrol, the fuel, everything is inside. Okay? You look at the panel inside and drive the car outside. Right or wrong? You look at the panel inside and drive the car outside. Suppose the panel is wrong. How will you drive? You will be in trouble. Like one day I was in trouble. I was coming in a jeep ashram here. From Madras I was coming in a jeep some 7-8 years back. In a jeep we were coming. And in that jeep, the, what do they call? Indicator, fuel gauge. That little sticks are there, no? The indicator. That little thing was, there's only in Indian car it is available, It will be going like this. It should be showing you either this much. No, but that thing was going like this. So when I get into the car and I saw this going on like this, I asked the driver, hey, do you have petrol or what is this? He said, no, Swamiji, we have petrol. I said, oh, very good, let's go. So we came, reached here. Then again while going back, again I am asking him, because I will be only in trouble, no, if I don't reach in time. So I said, is it okay? Oh, yeah, it's okay, it's all. Believe me, we reached not even Genji, some 20-30 kilometers away, the car stopped. I said, you say full? No, Swamiji, that machine is not working. Now he got his brain. It takes him 6 hours to get into his brain that is not working. Now, if you look at that machine, if it gives you wrong reading and you rely on it, your driving is in trouble and you are in trouble. Okay? Same example. This body by itself will not go anywhere. It's a vehicle. But by itself it cannot go anywhere. Driver must be there. That is why until the driver comes, the child is carried by mummy. The child goes where the mummy takes him. The child goes where the papa takes him. Wherever you introduce the child, he goes there. Until the child develops a sense of his own individuality. Until the child develops an individuality, you can give the child anything you like. Any dress, okay, you put on one yellow, green, red, you will put on. Give him the elder brother's dress also, it will put on. 5-year-old, you give him elder brother's dress. No, I am not going to put on. Yellow one, no, I don't like yellow, dirty fellow, I don't like yellow. I want only pink. Red. You take this balloon, no balloon. My car. Now you are in trouble. Until 2-3-year-old, every child is a delight. Why? The devil has no sense of his own. Whatever you do, yes. That is why when you are 30-year-old, suppose you are 25, you married, 27, you got a baby, until 30-35, paradise. Absolutely paradise. Because you are fresh, husband is fresh, baby is fresh, whatever you say husband does, whatever husband says you do. Whatever the baby says, you do, sit down, get up, don't go. When the fellow starts saying, come here, why? That is the time you started regretting, God, why did I marry? Oh boy. Even if I am married, why did I produce baby? The fellow is no more listening to you anymore. Understand? Think. With this, yet to develop an individuality. Okay, friends, jokes apart, please see. You create a panel inside. Your panel is your conditionings. The language that you speak, did you choose? Your mother tongue. If they speak French, you speak French. They speak English, you speak English. They speak Sanskrit, you speak Sanskrit. They speak Swahili, you speak Swahili. Whatever language you pick up, whatever language the father, mother pick up, you put up that language. Not only, listen carefully, not only spoken language, also food also is a language. If they are vegetarian, you are vegetarian. If they are non-vegetarian, you are non-vegetarian. If they eat bread, you eat bread. If they eat rice, you eat rice. They eat fruits, you eat fruits. Listen. Customs. They say good morning, you say good morning. They say namaskar, you say namaskar. Shalom, shalom. Whatever they say. Are you getting that? Whatever the parents they do that, you do the same thing. What are your beliefs? No child born with a belief. If you believe in a God or only the God or godless, if whatever your parents do, you pick it up. School, college, university. What are they doing? Creating the panel. Imagine, friend, just think please. Suppose the panels are wrong, what will happen to you? Your life also goes crazy. That is why these conditionings. Your panels are wrong. Because you can behave only from the thought that is given to you. When you look at the panel, whatever thought comes, you do it, right or wrong? Think, please. And that is the only way we know. Whatever thought comes, I do it. As a child, you are helplessly following it. Please, as a child, 2-year, 3-year-old, that is why when children are asked for a question, you don't take them for narco test. Whether they are lying or not lying. The children are still not lying because what they see, they talk. What they think, they say. The child cannot manipulate. 2, 3 or 4-year-old. Nowadays 4-year-old also becoming very, very smart. It becomes very difficult. No, but please see that, friends. Until that stage, you are not, because they are not manipulating their thoughts yet. So whatever thought comes, they do it. Growing up means what? Learning to be little deceptive. Your thought is one thing, your speech is something else. Your thought is one thing. Your mom has told you, baby, when you go to uncle's house, food will be there. Don't jump. Until the aunt says, eat it, don't touch it. Do you remember? Do you remember? This is, teaching the child how to behave. Do you remember? When you go there, don't jump on this, okay? Now the children say, yes. When they go there, bang, they go to the food. How do you feel? Very difficult. At the same time, you can be very strict about the children because the aunt will say, okay, baby, it doesn't matter. Why? Because other mummies and grandmummies, they are very, very accommodative about your children's mistake because they don't have to control him. It's okay. They don't know. They say okay, but you face it every day. Think. So the fellow goes straight. Why? Thought has come. He doesn't know how to control. You, as an adult, listen carefully, how deceptive you are. In public, you control. In private, uncontrolled, uncontrollable. You talk to your husband what you should not talk. You talk to your wife what you should not talk. You talk to your brother what you should not talk. In the privacy of your home, there is storm, cyclone, earthquake every day. But you are a very civil person. Quiet, please come in. When the other people see, they think, "Ayo, I should have married this one." Right? Have you not seen the receptionist? The people who are receptionists, how are they trained? They are trained to be nice. When you go there, please come in. By chance some pen fell down from your hand. No problem, sir. Oh, immediately get up and take it. Your box. Oh, I'll carry on. You suddenly start thinking, I think this is the man or woman I should marry. And you ask him, he's divorced. He is in the front desk. He's so worked up, he can't live with his man and woman, he's divorced. Most of the air hostesses, air crews are like that, believe it or not. It's nothing against air crew, I'm just telling. Most of the time. Very decent people in public. Why? Understand, please. Here we are not analyzing other people. Look at your mind. What happens? Thought comes, thought is given to us. We are acting according to convenience, not knowing how exactly we should act. Thought comes, you are helplessly acting. That is why when the thought says cigarette, you are cigarette. Bidi, bidi. Wine, wine. Pleasure, pleasure. When it comes to inanimate sense object, you can go crazy. Why? Because the cigarette is not going to resist. I live my life. True, you live your life, but who dies? You, of course, live your life. You like to cigarette, smoke, smoke, smoke. Who says not? You smoke your life out. Who says not? I live my life. In relation to whom? Inanimate sense object. That is why highly placed men and women today, educated people, total access to money, power, the plastic card, anything they can purchase. My life I live. With your sense subjects, inanimate sense subject, it becomes fantastic. Until you come across one animated devil, another man or woman, then your taste begins. Because if you say, I live my life, and the other person says, I live my life, you shall never go together. Impossible. Why relationship is breaking? Please think. Whatever thought comes, I'll do it. And how will you live? Whatever thoughts are given to you. You are a vegetarian. You pick up a fellow who is non-vegetarian. Hayyo, incompatible. Go. You are a person who is watching movie every day. Other fellow says, movies are fancy stories, fantasies. Why are you interested? Go. You are interested in music. For him, he is facing the music. Go. No, just think of it. You are a person too religious. The fellow says, religious, nuts. Baba, can't handle this. This fellow is nuts. You go away. Why? Your panel drives you crazy. And what is that panel written? Where is your happiness? Education, money, job, things, indulgence, renunciation. Tired of indulgence? Renunciation. Tired of renunciation? Indulgence. Alternately you go. Are you getting that? No, you must see. You get tired of indulgence, you practice little renunciation for a few days. Lent. Right? I've given up few things for a few days. Then, now you are ready as a devil, jump again. Alternately, you are going crazy. You understand? Please. And who is doing it to you? The panel inside. The thoughts are there. Looking for happiness in life, not knowing anything. Now you observe, as you start thinking, okay, for some time you do it. Whatever thought, you do it. And it gives you relief. Whatever gives you relief, you repeat it. Understand? Whatever gives you relief, you repeat it. That is why you get infatuated. You develop a habit. Is there anybody born with a habit? Please tell me. Anybody born with a habit? This fellow is a born smoker. Why? came out of mommy's womb smoking. Puffing he came out. Anybody? Born smoker? Born drunkard? Born vegetarian? Born non-vegetarian? There is no such thing. Think. You pick up. What picking up means what? Repeating the same thing again and again. Whichever something gives you little comfort, you repeat it. One child likes milk, gets hooked onto milk. One child hates milk, you will not touch milk. You like a particular music, you get hooked into that. Please appreciate. Thus your mind is full of these likes and dislikes. By the time you know what is happening, the head is full of these strong thoughts. Are you getting that? And you are already concluded, this sensation gives me happiness. That sensation gives me happiness, whatever. Please. And if you say, listen carefully, why the world is going crazy. If you say, a particular sensation gives you happiness, you are 20-year-old, you discovered that. Now your children will discover when they are 10-year-old. Why? Like your grandfather was a cultivator. He did not understand the value of education. You got educated, you got your child educated quickly. Because your father was a farmer, because your father was an ordinary person, you got your first taste of luxury when you are 30. But your children will get it when they are 5. Do you understand what I am talking? So sensations which gave you pleasure when you are 20, your children will get it when they are 12. That is why onward mothers, onward fathers. Because you are getting that sensation, no? Now if you think that pleasure is so good, whether it is food, sex, touch, taste, smell, sight, the 10-year-old already started it. What do you do? What do you do? Because if you think that is the sensation which gives me happiness, the younger generation picks up very fast. Can you blame them? Think, friend. Please think. And suppose a religion comes and says, you should not do it. What will you say? You get lost. You cannot ask him to postpone his happiness after death. You can show him the happiness in himself so that he gets a freedom to choose and not to deny or to indulge. Are you getting that? It's not a mindless indulgence or a mindless denial. The person must learn to choose. Are you getting that? The generations becoming stronger. Great, you understand? Smarter. More information is coming to their hand. You may try to hide things from people. Like other day one person made a very nice joke. The 4-year-old and the 5-6-year-old goes to the mummy and asks, Mummy, where from I came? Mummy, where from I came? The mummy says, baby, you were born when you and me and your father were walking. On the riverside, there's a big boat came in. In that big golden boat, there was a diamond pot. Diamond-studded pot, okay, diamond-studded pot. And there was a little noise. We looked into it. You were there. We brought you home. Then the 7-year-old tells his brother, tells the friend, 6-year-old, hey, they don't know. Shall we tell them? No. Please understand, friends. This is not, joke anymore. Everybody says, oh, youngsters are going crazy because elders are crazy. Elders are crazy by the time they are 30. You are worried because they are going crazy when they are 10. But crazy you are, no. You got crazy 30 because your father went crazy 60. Because by the time they grow up, they took longer time, no. No. Do you understand that? They took longer time to grow up because there is no exposure. If there are no affairs or there are no problems, not that your parents are Harishchandras. No, it's not like that. There was no chance. In a village, if you stay, everybody knows everybody. Who is meeting whom? Nothing. You go to a city, impersonal society. You are working with other people's husbands, other people's wives all the time. You spend more time with other people than with your own people. Develop relationship. Happens. Hi, don't ask. Don't ask. Because you don't understand. Mind. Don't blame. Don't say, oh, this should not happen. Yeah. Ideal is it should not happen. Fact is it happens. So let us not deal with ideals. If it happens, do something about it. And what should you do something? Think of yourself. What is that happiness I'm looking for, security I'm looking for? So now, how do I handle my mind? I'll give you one idea, friends. Please take it and you work it out today. Okay? More afternoon we shall see more elaborately. But you please take this thought. Write down these two words. One is suggestion, other is command. Okay? Take an example. Okay? This will be fantastic. Watch it out. Suppose you go into a shop. The shopkeeper keep everything well organized in that shop. Think. The shopkeeper keep everything well organized in the shop. When they are keeping organized everything shop, what is the psychology? What is the motive? Are they commanding you to take it or suggesting you to take it? Huh? Loud? Suggesting. Okay? Think. They are suggesting you to take it, not commanding you to take it. If you take it, is it your choice or shopkeeper's choice? It is your choice because they have suggested. Okay? Right. They are not commanding. Listen carefully. Do you really feel it? Okay. Now look at inside your head. All your thoughts, are they suggestions or command? Should be suggestions. Are they suggestions? Should be suggestions. But most of the time they are command. Why? Thought comes, you do. If you can do it in a shop, why can't you do it in a shopping center called mind? You understand? So, is there any prohibitive thought? Bad thought? Taboo thought? Good thought? No. Thoughts are thoughts. Choice is yours. If you are a slave, if a thought is a command for you, you are a slave. If thought is a suggestion for you, master. So what do you want to be, master or slave? I enjoy being a slave. Enjoy yourself, who does not? Freedom. Don't blame somebody, Don't say, the fellow tricked me into purchasing this. He tricked you. He just kept it there. You liked the thing, you liked the price. You purchased. He didn't trick you. You understand that example? In your shopping center of a mind, thousands of different things as a retailer, you have kept it. They have supplied freely. Free supply of thoughts. Are you getting that? Free supply of thought. Your father has given some. Everybody generously contributed towards your thoughts. Your father, your mother, not your husband. Husband, wife come later on. Your father, your mother, your friends, your school, your college, your education, your culture. Everybody generously contributed there. And how are you functioning so far? Thought, action. When the child says, Mommy, I want ice cream now. Listen. Child says, Mommy, I want ice cream now. What do you tell to the baby? Baby, this is night. Night, shops are closed. Does the devil understand that? I want now. That is why mummies keep ice cream inside the fridge. The devil doesn't understand that is night, shops are closed, things will not be available. That fool doesn't understand. For him, there is a thought. Ice cream. So, ice cream. Ice cream for the ice cream. The fellow you can't control. Why? That time what do you say? What a stubborn baby. I told you, no, stop. Okay, baby is stubborn. Now you, as an adult, go to a shopping center. You see that shoes. I think I must take it. or else my legs will fall off. You see a pair of dress, I think this dress must be purchased. Suppose you have gone with somebody, suppose the person is in a hurry, you go back but look back again and again. Look back again and then after saying, hey, come. You take him back. Why? The dress is haunting you inside. So are you a grown-up baby or a grown-up? The baby is stubborn, because he is crying for that. You are not crying. You are not shouting. But you are doing exactly all that thing inside yourself. Are you getting that point? Please? Outside, you are not crying because you are a deceptive artist. Grown up means you learn to be deceptive. Outside, you will say, no. Inside, yes. Right? Like you will be dying for somebody to give you a ring. But when the ring comes, hello, yes, are you there? Who is speaking? Already you know who is speaking at that phone, and you are already thrilled about the whole thing. But you say, who is that? Oh, you, as though you are totally least interested. I mean, you don't know all these things. I am only making it up. So. No. Please see. As long as you think happiness is outside in the object, that thought of the object will be a command. The moment you know it has a usage, that thought will be a suggestion. Why? Because I am happiness in myself. You understand the principle? When I am happy with myself, every thought becomes suggestion. Now, therefore, shall I be happy first, then make it suggestion? No, you cannot. You are a student. You are getting ready to understand. Convert your command to suggestion, then you will facilitate the understanding of yourself. Understand that how a thought cannot be a command. Are you getting that? A thought doesn't command you. You have allowed yourself to be commanded. It's like telling, does the object pull you? Think for that, take this idea. Does the object pull you or thoughts push you? Are you getting that? Does the object pull or thoughts push? That is why they put thought in your head. They put, don't you say sometimes, don't put ideas into my head. But that's what it is. They put the thought, they put the idea into your head and you don't know what to do with it. Understand? Objects don't push, thoughts pull. Later on you appreciate. Thoughts also have no capacity to push. Thoughts are suggestions. I am looking at it. That is why observe your thought. You understand what I was been telling for the last 5 days? Observe. When you sit down in your kitchen, you know your thought is pushing you for that food or you are consciously going. Try it out. When you sit down at a room, early morning I have told you to get up at 6 o'clock. 5:55, you get up. 6 o'clock, observe your mind. 5 minutes to 6, observe your mind, what will say? Hey, 6 o'clock, Swamiji has told me to get up, you must get up. Sleep, Swamiji is in his room, he is not sleeping. Sleep off. Hey, today is a nice weather, 10 minutes. So anyway, she told 6 up to get up at 6:15 only, I have to go for a walk. So 15 minutes there, sleep off. Who is talking all this to you? At 6:15 I should go for a walk. 6:15 I can go for a walk, but 6:30 only I have to go for the, asana class. So another 15 minutes is only whether I am on the road or on the bed, it doesn't matter. So 6:30 only I will go for it. So 6:28 you get up. Who is doing all this for you? Swamiji. God. Some God is pushing you, right? Some God. God is whispering. Oh, no, I forgot. Devil only is whispering. Satan. There is no Satan, no devil, no nonsense. You are the number one devil. Don't kill yourself. You are not a devil. You are ignorant. That is why you are playing like a baby. So don't kill yourself. But Don't continue to be a baby. Grow up. Allow the thought to be suggestions. That is why you need to sit down for some time. Observe your mind. So simply restlessly walking about, hanging around, that you can do at your home. Do that. Who says not? But here you are 10 days, no. Please do it. And do it all the time. Until it becomes very effortless. So at mind, if you can catch it at thought level, no more, it's a command. What type of disposition you enjoy? A favorable disposition to know yourself. Okay? More of it we shall see. Once you understand this much, it will all go. Because that is the crux. Please think over it. Okay? Please close your eyes.